the Synod Watch series the tablet is doing to help raise awareness and understanding of the Synod process launched by Pope Francis. This evening we're going to be discussing and hearing from leaders from religious orders about how those in religious communities can offer their insights into the Synod process. It's always struck me that whilst the Synod is a new idea for many in the Church, religious orders have been doing synodality for many years, and therefore it seemed right that we hear from those experts and what wisdom that they can share with us. This evening is going to be split into two parts broadly. The first is going to be looking at how religious orders can offer can bring their experience of listening and collective discernment to the wider Church. And then the second part, we're going to be looking at how those in religious orders are working with those on the margins and peripheries, and how those voices can be brought into the Synod process, because that's a very important part of synodality, that it's not just listening to those who are already going to church, but those voices on the margins. So just quickly to introduce our panel, we have 6 religious order leaders with us this evening. Delighted to welcome Sister Jolanta Kafka, who is the president of the Union of Superiors General based in Rome. Father Nick Austin, who is Master of Campion Hall, the college or the hall run by the Society of Jesus in Oxford. Sister Gemma Simmons, who is well known to you as Congregation for Jesus of Jesus Sister, who as director of the Religious Life Institute at the Margaret Beaufort Institute of Theology in Cambridge. We also have Sister Jane Bertelson, leader of the Franciscan Missionaries of the Divine Motherhood and an expert in safeguarding. Sister Linda Dearlove from Institute of Our Lady of Mercy, who also works at the Women at the Well initiative. And Father Lawrence Freeman, well known, I think, to many tablet readers as a columnist and writer of the tablet and the director of the World Community for Christian Meditation. So thank you all for being part of this discussion. I would like to start with my first question, and that's to Sister Jolanta, and ask her what religious sisters are doing in terms of the Synod process. How are they contributing to it, and what do you think religious sisters in particular can offer the Church in this Synod process, where, of course, the question of the role of women has become such an important topic? Sister Jolanta.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everybody, and you have to excuse my English. I am not English, but I will try to express myself as much as I can. So in July last year, the Secretariat of the Synod has organized a short seminar in which some religious traditions were called to share their tradition, their practice of synodality all over the centuries in certain congregations. And this seminar showed to us how much the charism and the practices we have lived in religious congregation can contribute to the process of the synod in the Church. And in fact, this was the first call we have received from the Secretariat to deepen the practices and the concrete ways in which till now we can say that we have practiced discernment, walking together, taking decision, listening to the God words and sharing it with others. And in this session, one of the questions that raised was how beautiful would be if in the local churches, the charism which are present in the local churches can sit together and share how with the charism, with the spirituality, which is united with the charism, we can contribute in the synodal path in the Church. So with this example, I want to say that the first way of participation in the synodal process is to really put in common and exchange in this communal dimension of the synodal journey, the charism present, as we have read in the CTI instruction, that the hierarchical and the charismatical dimension of the church are co-essential. So this is the first aspect. And the second aspect is a part of the listening stage where every religious is supposed to join the process of the dioceses, of the local church. The participation of the religious, which we are fostering a lot, is to offer to the local churches the tools, instruments for the discernment on the level of formation of the animators of the group, of the methodology, of the proximity of the church towards the people. And the third aspect, briefly saying, is how religious, especially sisters, present in the peripheries of the church, in the liminal boundaries of the church, can watch, can take care, so that all voices are heard, especially in this stage of listening, in the first phase of the synod. So I think if we are there in the grassroots of the life of the church, our task also very sensible, maybe very invisible often, is to try to provide that really the call of Pope Francis to make the environment of the church open to all voices will be really fulfilled. So this is just the first aspect. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I would like to follow up with the question. Before I did that, I forgot to mention in my introduction that this evening's webinar has been sponsored by the Jesuits in Britain and the Conference of Religious for England and Wales. I'd like to thank them very much for their sponsorship and their support.